As we looked at creating our goal, we wanted to set goals that would help guide our work, our vision, and our own learning as we went throughout this process. And we've had an opportunity to share these goals through our principals' letters, our curriculum updates that we've provided, and I have reinforced them in emails as well. But this is the framework in which our plan is created, and where our thought process and our planning was built around. And so the goals, as I'll put up here on the screen, as you can see, are very succinct, are very focused and intentional into what our outcomes are looking to be. And the first one is that we want all students, keywords all students, to have opportunities for continued learning that focuses on essential standard learning topics. And so, with this plan and with all plans that schools are putting out throughout the course of the state, our goal is to continue learning throughout the remaining part of the school year. And this learning is going to incorporate some review, which is something that we've been doing for the past 4 or 5 weeks. We've been pushing out work that's helped kind of reinforce some of the learning standards that we have taught previously. But the difference here is that we're going to be pushing out new learning, and that's where the word essential comes in. Standards are the curriculum standards that we're expected to teach and to expose our students to. And the essential standards are ones that are really just critical, things that we feel that are most important. We cannot replicate school at home. We cannot teach all that we needed to teach in the month of April and May at home. It's just not feasible. It's not realistic. But what we have done is we're taking a look at our curriculum. What are the things that we weren't able to get to, and what are maybe one, two, or three essential standards, the most important things and learning topics that we can expose teachers to, not teachers, excuse me, students to. And for example, like in fourth grade, fractions is a big part of our math learning and building blocks for the future. And so they may be focusing simply on learning how to add fractions with like denominators, unlike denominators, and building those skills and laying that foundation, with the understanding that we're going to have to come back to that again in the fall. We know that we're going to have learning gaps, and some students are going to get things really well and some are not. That happens regardless whether students are in the classroom or at home. But once again, we're going to be focused on essential learning standards for the remainder of the school year. Our second goal involves having all students having opportunities to connect with teachers in their class to meet their individual and social emotional needs. We understand that this current experience is taking a toll on all of us, and especially our young people who are seeing things, hearing things, watching the news, having an instant life change, a separation from friends and family placed upon them. And that's challenging. That's challenging for us as adults to kind of cope with, to adjust to. We all have probably heightened anxiety. There's maybe some fear in not knowing really what's going to happen. And we need to be cognizant of that. And one thing that we know that helps with that is bringing some sense of normalcy and reestablishing relationships, and just connecting with other folks who are experiencing the same thing that we're going through. So our plan involves in just being purposeful and intentional with that, is making sure as much as we can is to connect teachers with students at home. And so that's goal number two. And goal number three is trying to provide students and families some predictable structures to ensure that they can stay connected to schools and learning. And you'll see that component in our plan as well. We know that learning at home is very challenging. Working from home as an adult can be challenging because you lose that structure, sense of routine, and we all strive with that. We're all more successful, we're more relaxed, and we're actually more productive when there is structure at home. And that's been an adjustment for me. When I do work at home, is trying to create some sort of structure. It's been challenging as a parent to build that in for our kids, and I know it's been for you as well at home. But we're going to try to provide some tools and some pieces of this plan to provide a little more structure to help support the teaching and learning that is occurring in our homes.